Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name's Michael Viteriti and I welcome. Before I get started with today's review, remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video and comment below what you think about today's review or today's movie. Alright, jumping right into it, today's movie review is a classic, Do the Right Thing. It's a 1989 Spike Lee movie, written, directed and produced by Spike Lee, and we see in the movie a very young Spike Lee, starring a bunch of great actors: Daniel Aiello, Ossie Davis, Ruby Dee, Richard Edson, Giancarlo Esposito, Spike Lee himself as Mookie, Samuel L. Jackson, John Turturro. I mean, great cast. And this movie, it's done in a very special and unique way, in my opinion, because it's showing on screen, it's talking about the different structures and struggles that come, and you see this in the movie, related to families and skin colors and nationality and spoken languages. And the movie touches between these 3 or 4 main topics and issues, and it really takes place, all they say, in the neighborhood, and it is in a neighborhood. What really is, you see it across the movie, it's really playing down along one street on two blocks, two buildings in front of each other. You have the studio, or the radio studio, where Samuel L. Jackson is the radio host. You have the famous Cell Pizzeria down the street, and you have where all the characters are living there. So it's really like a soap opera or a South American novellas, you could say, but it's really taking place all in this street, in this neighborhood. And what Spike Lee did in a very great way is portraying each culture, how they are, what's their problem, how they identify themselves with the culture, and all the struggles, the issue that they had or they have. So for instance, you see one of the core point of the movie, it's the pizzeria, Sal's Pizzeria. They're Italian, they're doing pizza, and one of the problems that arise, that is actually towards the end, or at the end, what's really bringing the message on the screen, it's one of the sons of Sal's that's working there. So it's Sal and 2 of his sons are working there in the pizzeria. He's complaining that all the customers are Afro-American black people from the neighborhood, and they say, we are Italian and we don't have any Italian or other people. And the father says in the right way, look, these are our customers, it's okay, it's fine, you don't have to have something against them, they are our customers, we are giving them a service and it's okay. So for the father it's not a big deal, it's a problem for one of the sons. As on the other side, we see at the beginning, one of the Afro-American black customer, when he's inside the pizzeria, he complains that on the wall there are only pictures of white famous characters. For instance, we see a picture of Al Pacino in Godfather, and other famous people, but our white people. And the guy says, look, your customer are basically all Afro-American black people. Why don't you put someone famous like Martin Luther King or Malcolm X or someone like these people on the wall? And that's actually where the conflict arises, and it's at the beginning. We don't see actually anything towards the end about these two worlds that collide. We see also how some of the, I would say, stereotypes that you can say in life, and it's typical of every culture and every nationality. For instance, we have, for example, these three black dudes that are sitting on the corner of the street and are talking, and at a certain point they are complaining that the store on the other side of the street, it's a Korean supermarket, a Korean store. They are complaining while they are there like 1 year or so, just they have a thriving business, and they are actually there and talking bad about them. And this shows actually it's not really related to a nationality or a racial thing. It's just I see this also in culture, how this works. There are certain stereotypes, and you attribute the stereotype to this kind of people, like, oh, all the Korean or the Asians, they are lucky and they're, I don't know how they do it and why, or see, and people start to talk bad. But what's keeping them to just move in that direction, what they want to do, or in a similar way? But no, they keep them, they are there still on the street talking about this thing, that they are lucky and they are unlucky. And at the same time, you see it's not going so in depth, but you see the Latinos. There are some guys there that listening to their music and speak in Spanish, and like I said, it's not going really in depth to them, but it's nice how the movie really shines light on every group and how they typically behave, and what's the struggle, what's their mindset. We see as well the protagonist, which is played by Spike Lee himself, Mookie, in the movie, that he's working on Sal's Pizzeria. He's a delivery boy, and he's between these two worlds. Actually, he gets to hear the problems that one of the sons of Sal has with almost all the customers being Afro-American black people, and he's actually an Afro-American black person working there, and everything is fine actually for him. He's hearing this. On the other side, he's hearing the first character that said that is complaining that there aren't black Afro-American people on the wall. He's hearing this version from him as well, and he's also, again, they are just working. And towards the end, there's his sister, who he is in the pizzeria with his sister. He's working there, expecting for a delivery to deliver, and his sister is there eating a pizza, and Sal is actually, like charming her, making big eyes and talking beautiful things to her, and he gets jealous about this. So for him, it's really between these two worlds, actually. And something that surprised me, that at the end of the movie, when really these two worlds collide, when a bunch of guys get into the pizzeria and Sal reacts to the provocations of them, everything explodes. And so they attack Sal, they bring him out, police intervenes, kill actually the guy that went then inside the pizzeria to start everything. And that's actually the turning point. You see when the police leaves with the guy that they killed, things ultimately go out of control. And it is Mookie who takes a chair and throws it into the window of the pizzeria. And then of course everybody runs out, starts to break everything apart, they set everything on fire. And he's actually the catalyst for doing this. And why do I think that this is the catalyst? Is why he's the character, the person who did this? Because it was between these two worlds. On one side, he's this black Afro-American guy working there in an Italian and a white environment, hearing the two parties, and then he cannot walk away or control himself. So that's pretty impressive how this was done. I also love the final message before the credits come up, the final message that Spike Lee decided to put there about violence and non-reacting and I would say racism in general. That's really great big takeaway. I must say from the movie, it doesn't follow the typical structure. I mean, there is a structure, but not a typical structure that there is something that happens pretty much fast at the beginning and, you know, the midpoint, and then towards 3/4 of the movie it's where everything is lost towards the end, but it's really late at the movie. So it's, I would say, there is a structure, but not the typical strict structure. It's just a journey about seeing these different nationalities and group of people, how they live and what's their problem and how they identify themselves in life and all the stereotypes that they pick up. And so it's really a beautiful story, a beautiful movie. Let me know in the comment what you think about this movie and what's your takeaway. That's my review for today. Spike Lee, do the right thing. Like the video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.